Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. My name's Edie Ann. I have not given you an update of anything that's happened to me recently. And I feel bad. I know I had gone live and talked about it a little bit, but I never made a video to let you guys know what was happening. So, May 20th, we were coming home from visiting with my daughter and my son and the grandkids with my kids, and at like 3:30 in the morning I woke up to excruciating pain in my abdomen, like right below my sternum where my stomach is down to my pelvic area, and I thought I had to go to the bathroom. So TMI, I went to the bathroom and it did not help. So I continued to be in pain for a few hours, and then around 6:30 that morning, so it started around 3:30, around 6:30 I dozed off. So I'm assuming that the pain had started to subside a bit, that I was able to like rest. Well, my husband woke up at 7:15, so 45 minutes later I woke up and I was in dull, constant pain. It was just there. Now, I must say that I have a pretty high tolerance for pain, so I don't know. My dull pain might have been excruciating for somebody else. I don't know. But, so I shared with my husband what was going on and what had happened, and I hadn't woken him up, but the whole time I remember laying there saying, oh my gosh, should I wake him up? Should we go to the hospital? I don't want to go to the hospital here because I don't like the hospitals here. I mean, there was just so much going through my mind for 3 hours about what I should do. So then when he woke up, I was like, I don't know what I should do. And he said, well, we're leaving today and we're going to be going by the hospital that I had my gastric bypass at, and my surgeon is there, my cardiologist is there. Most of my doctors, except for my PCP, are there. So if they want to see me, then I could stop and be seen. Well, I thought I had an ulcer, and I guess I don't know the difference, or I didn't know the difference between an ulcer and a hernia. So I called my doctor, my surgeon, and she told me that she wanted me to have a CT scan done right away, because she was concerned of a hernia. So I got to the Bangor area, which was 4 hours away, so I had to drive. We drove 4 hours north, well, about three to 3.5 hours, and got there, and she called me and she said, I want you to go to the ER, because the emergency room, because they'll get you in to get a CT scan faster than I can get you to get in to see one, to have one. So I got there and the emergency room was packed, like packed. We waited for 4 hours. We waited 4 hours because we got there at like around 3:30, and by the time I was seen, it was 6:30 when they brought me out back. It was so full that I was on a gurney in the hallway. There were no rooms to be had. So we were in the hallway, and my doctor arrived at about 7:30. So an hour later. No, I'm sorry. They brought me in to have my CT scan at around 7:30. And at around 8 o'clock, I guess, my doctor came to review the CT scans with me. She said that she found a spot on one of the scans and was afraid that it was a hernia, and felt the need, because of my pain and my discomfort, and she also told me, she goes, I know your pain tolerance is pretty high. She said, so if you're telling me that you're in pain, then you are in pain and that there's something wrong. And I said, well, thank you for knowing that, and thank you for acknowledging that. I love my surgeon. I think she's amazing. And so she broke the news to me that I needed to have emergency surgery. So that night I went in for surgery. It was probably an hour later. And come to find out, I had a fatty tumor on my omentum that she had removed, and I had scar tissue in my small bowel that was twisting my intestines and causing blockage with potential hazardous. I mean, apparently it was kind of scary. You know what? And well, I'll share this in a minute. But so the fatty tumor came back benign, but it was a 3-hole laparoscopic surgery, and one of the holes had to be made bigger because they needed to get the mass out. Apparently, it didn't fit through. It was a golf ball size mass. So everything is fine. Everything is fixed, but I've had a recovery that has taken longer. I think I recovered quicker from my bariatric surgery than I have from this, and I think it's because of that incision that she had to make. If it had just been the laparoscopic holes, I think it would have been just fine, because I seem to have healed really. I had 5 of them for my gastric bypass, and only 3 for this. So we are in what is this, like week 3, and I am driving. I just started driving about 4 or 5 days ago on my own. I hadn't really done much of anything. It was kind of a tough recovery because you don't realize the stomach muscles that you have and use for certain things. And we started construction the week before my surgery, and so all of our rooms had been emptied because we replaced the floors. And I got back and couldn't do anything. So she had me on weightlifting restrictions. I couldn't lift anything for a month. So I'm not quite at a month yet, and I've been kind of cheating, and I cheated a couple times that I regretted because it hurt. So we all learn the hard way, right? And I'm not a very patient person when it comes to stuff like that. So that didn't help any. So yeah, I'm very grateful, because most of the times that I've had to have emergency type surgery, or I've had surgery, they have found things by chance that could have potentially killed me. For instance, I had a partial hysterectomy 15-20 years ago, and they did it because I had endometriosis and I was having a lot of pains, and so they had and I had already decided at that point that I wasn't having any more kids. So they decided to do a partial hysterectomy to see if they could repair some of the endometriosis. Well, while they were in there, they found a plum-sized cancer cell in my uterus. So I had uterine cancer, didn't know about it, had the surgery, they removed everything, no chances of it having spread. And I didn't have time to be sad over the fact that I had cancer. It didn't really even sink in for me that I had cancer, because everything happened so quickly and almost without my knowledge. And what a blessing. And then going down the path of bariatric surgery, I had to have all of this testing done, and that's where we found out my heart issues. It's where we found out my sleep apnea. I mean, there were just so many things that could have been life-threatening, really. And by chance, I find all of these things and they get fixed. And the same with this surgery. I mean, I woke up that morning in pain. I go see my surgeon. We have emergency surgery. They remove a fatty tumor that could have potentially been cancerous, but it was benign. And a twisted bowel, which could have caused blockage, made me septic, and killed me. So, I mean, I just feel like I am so blessed that these things always happen. God has definitely got my back, because everything seems to happen in such its right timing that, I don't know, I'm blessed, I guess. I don't know. I just feel very, very, very grateful. you know, even that I have to go through surgery, I'm just grateful that all these things were found, that they were taken care of, that I have one of the best surgeons, and she, you know, understands me. She listens to me, and I'm just grateful. So now I'm on the road to recovery, and I'm on week 3. Next week I go down to have my follow-up with her, with my surgeon. It's actually, the irony here is that it's actually 1 year ago, right, that I had my bariatric surgery and I was laid up. Here I am a year later, having had surgery, and I'm laid up. Now, I also need to let you know that this is not a complication for bariatric surgery, right? A fatty tumor is not a thing that happens because of bariatric surgery. And the scar tissue down in the lower abdomen, that could have been there for a very, very long time. I had tubal ligation. I've had a hysterectomy. So that scar tissue could have attached itself there at any point in time. So it's not necessarily something caused by the bariatric surgery. And I need you guys to understand that, okay? When I go see her on Tuesday, I'm going to definitely be asking her specifically information about that. And I'm hoping that, you know, I can get some clarity on it. But when I did ask them, they said that it wasn't a complication from bariatric surgery. So I have to believe them, right? So I go for my follow-up, but next Tuesday was my 1 year checkup from my bariatric surgery. And so we just kept that appointment to follow up with this one as well. So I also have an echocardiogram, my yearly echocardiogram on Tuesday. I have my nutritionist 1 year appointment on Tuesday. So I have a lot of stuff going on. I have a Back on Track meeting on Wednesday night, which is a support group for people that have been through bariatric surgery. So lots going on next week. Next Friday, my grandson graduates from pre-K, so I'm going to be going to that. And then driving back on Saturday so that I can be home for Father's Day on Sunday. So I have to feel better next week because I'm doing that all by myself, which is never an issue until you have surgery. But all right, guys, I just wanted to update you guys with all of that going on. I am feeling better. I feel like I look good too as far as health-wise. I am down to, I think the lowest weight I've seen so far is 139.5 for my weight, but I've been fluctuating. So I go from 141 to 139. So I think I'm at my body's happy weight, where I feel the best, where I think my body is feeling good. And I'm going to do another video about this, but psychologically, there's all kinds of stuff that happens after weight loss surgery, right? As far as having to get used to things, but I have another video coming on that. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you all on that video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.